Hello, I'm Edward Fillion. What a time it is to be a practicing metaphysician in the world today. This year, 2020, the suggested theme in Centers for Spiritual Living is appropriately 2020 Spiritual Vision. Seeing clearly, spiritually speaking, is particularly important right now as our world moves through a pandemic. We have options when it comes to what we accept into our minds. And as our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, said, we learn through repetition. So an excellent question to ask ourselves right now is, what am I repeatedly filling my mind with? And is it helping me to see clearly? Interestingly, 2020 vision is the minimum requirement for certain occupations. Yet, it is by no means the best vision. The human eye can see better than 2020. Nevertheless, the term 2020 vision has become synonymous with perfect vision, and this is an excellent reminder for us not to settle for average and to be mindful of what the group mind asserts is normal, especially in the spiritual realm where we are called to look higher, deeper, and more clearly into the nature of things so that we don't accept the minimum as ordinary or inevitable. Centers for Spiritual Living offers global theme outlines and content for its centers and study groups worldwide as a resource and inspiration. April's suggested focus is bright beginnings, and appropriately so, because there is a lot going on in the world that may well be asking us to do things differently. And April 8 is Passover, the timeless story of the journey into freedom. And April 12, Easter, the moment of resurrection. Whether you are Christian or Jewish or a religious scientist like I am, or something else, these stories, as well as the birthing of spring in nature, can be for us metaphors, encouragement to imagine a bright new beginning individually and collectively. In his book, The World Could Be Otherwise, Norman Fisher reminds us that imagination isn't an escape from reality. Imagination deepens and enriches reality, adding texture, depth, dimension, feeling, and possibility. How do you imagine the future? Not only does our teaching, The Science of Mind, encourage us to use our imagination in this way, it assures us too that you and I may become better at seeing through the confusions of life to something greater when we practice using our imagination. This month's themes are created by our Center for Spiritual Living Home Office. Reverend Sonia Byrne, Reverend Barbara Bew, Reverend Mark Gilbert, and Reverend Nicole Merges. Our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, asked us to imagine that there is at our center a clear channel to the infinite, which is forever pouring out through us in a unique way. How do you imagine the infinite wants to express something new through you? My blessings to you.
morning and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Redlands Sunday service. I'm Reverend Tammy Sainamon, and as you can see, I am not calling you or on this Facebook Live from Redlands, California. I'm here in Winnipeg, Canada, and Rev Steph will be coming to you from BC, Canada. So, and parts of our service today will be coming from Redlands, California. So we are going to have a truly international service today with the Center for Spiritual Living Redlands. So welcome here. I'm so glad that you found your way to this Facebook page and to this online Sunday service. Please post in the comments below where you're looking from, where you are sitting right now as you watch us. So in this day, I just want to let you know that this service comes to you from the Center for Spiritual Living Redlands, which is an open and inclusive center for spiritual living. We teach a spiritual philosophy called the Science of Mind that is a philosophy that works with all faiths. And so we are so open and inclusive. We love all people, and we honor all faiths and all paths, and know that whatever path you are on, it is the right one for you. So please join us for today. Again, like I said, post in the comments where you're coming from, where you are watching from, and, what do you see out your window? As you can see, I see cold, really cold, and snow, and no leaves on the trees or anything yet, obviously, here in Winnipeg. And for next week, just so you know, I am going to be traveling to BC, so I will be there with Rev Steph, and she and I will be doing the service together from there. So have a beautiful service, everyone, and know that you are loved.
When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I
And so, good morning, everybody. It's Brother Mark, and I sure miss you very much and invite you to turn within for the opening treatment for our Sunday service. And so let's just take a moment now and exhale out everything that's preceded this moment in time. Just let it all go with your breath. And as we inhale in, let's breathe in the divine, the energy of the I am, the energy of the universe, the energy of the Mother, Father, God, the energy of the knower that knows, the creator of all creation. I know that this power and this presence is here and now in this place, it's in this space. It is in me and it is in you. And it is from this place of unity and oneness that I speak a word of blessing for today's service. I know it unfolds magnificently with ease and with grace and with joy. And I call forth a place in you, that place in you that has never been nor could ever be hurt, harmed, or endangered in any way. I call it your spiritual muscle. And by attending this service, by practicing meditation, by doing affirmations, I know that this muscle grows stronger, bigger, bolder, and wider to serve you whenever it's most needed. And it certainly is most needed at this time. And so I call forth a place in all of our consciousness that is open and receptive and awake and alert and aware to the message that's about to be delivered this day. Let it serve each of us and all of us for our highest good. Let today's music and inspirational message be a blessing to each of us so that when we leave today, we are stronger and more spiritually fit. I'm so grateful to speak this word. I'm so grateful to participate in this beautiful community known as CSL Redlands. I'm just having my heart overflow with gratitude in this moment and invite you to join me in that feeling tone of gratitude and praise and thanksgiving. I breathe that in, I expand the gratitude and let it be so, and invite you to say together with me, and so it is. Amen. And I invite you to consider this reading that I selected from the CSL Member Connection on Facebook, written by practitioner Deanna Alcorn Smith. And it starts with a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Adopt the pace of nature. Her secret is patience. A prevalent characteristic of modern people is that we seem to always be in a hurry. We have a schedule to keep, places to be, to-do lists to accomplish, and no time for the extraneous or non-essential. When this approach to life becomes a habit, there's really no room for relaxing into the moment. If we're seeking to learn about effective prayer, focus and relaxation are essential. Taking that deep time out from the distractions of the world is the step before the step. It's the step before the first step of affirmative prayer. We observe our breath. We feel fully supported by the chair or floor or ground beneath us. We contemplate the miracle of conscious contact with Spirit. If other thoughts intrude, we gently but firmly let them pass. As we speak the words of our prayer, we choose them carefully so as to invoke more of the good feeling brought on by relaxation. Rich with positivity, enhanced by emotion, and replete with faith, powerful prayer takes its time. We move through it at whatever pace is required to dive deep into communion, building the fire in our bellies and adding passion and intensity to this time of sacred conclave. Upon completion, a well-executed prayer provides a release that is palpable with the body. We feel lighter, at ease, and brimming with grace. As Emerson suggests, we adopt the pace of nature, an unhurried and fully nurturing interlude that leaves us with our senses heightened and our souls filled up. The warmth of at-one-ment carries us throughout the rest of our day, fully aligned with God's presence.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world, yeah. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed day and a dark sacred night. And I think to myself, yes, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, also on the faces of the people walking by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, yes, what a wonderful world. I said I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Great to see you. Great to be here with you. Today is a beautiful day, and we are talking about bright beginnings as we move into the month of April. As we move into the month of April, we recognize and know that spring is on its way for most of North America, and things are blossoming and blooming, and life is unfolding. April also is a time of Passover and Easter. And just as the sun rises, the sun is rising here in beautiful British Columbia. It is rising wherever you are. And we are in this beautiful place and time together. We are in the beautiful expression of new beginnings, bright beginnings. Life is unfolding in different ways than we ever thought it was going to. And here we are, still connecting, still growing, still evolving, still being present for one another. And so as we move into April, that beautiful promise of spring, so I'm back in British Columbia. I'm in outside of Oliver, British Columbia. And I'm staying in the same place that I was staying in before I went down to Redlands, California. And at the time we left, it was winter. And right on the other side of this hedge is a cherry orchard. And so as we left in January, everything was dormant, everything was quiet, all the leaves were bare. And now as I walk through the field with Annie, I'm seeing all these little green buds begin to form, begin to take shape. Because the tree always remembers that it is in a season, it is in a purpose, it is in intention, and that there's a divine infinite intelligence that has woven itself in and through and as absolutely all of it. Just as we are moving and flowing and having the infinite divine intelligence move through us, it feels us as we feel it. It fuels it. It fuels us as we fuel spirit. And so in the time of Passover, it is this week, and Passover is about emancipation, meaning setting one free. Free from something illegal, free from social or political restrictions. And Ernest Holmes reminded us on the very first page of Science of Mind that we are born free, that freedom is our living expression, it is our divine inheritance, it is the living, breathing spirit in form as we are. So we are born free. We are free to be exactly who we are called to be. We are free to be in this beautiful expression and experience of life, and to see it and to feel it and to receive it and to know it in ways that could only be for us. Ernest Holmes says, "Now suppose there were at the center of the being of each one of us a clear channel to the infinite, which is forever pouring out through us in a unique way, because it never does two things alike, nor does it repeat itself." That's from the Ernest Holmes papers. Spirit is always giving of itself. Every moment, every morsel, every mile is a new beginning. It is an opportunity for a new beginning, a new experience, and a new expression. And we can press the reset button whenever we need to. In this moment, if something happens in this moment that doesn't make me feel like I want to be a part of this moment, I can hit the reset button by changing my mind. Because spirit is unfolding in absolutely every morsel and moment, exactly as I choose it to be. I am a unique, individualized expression of spirit, and my mind and my thoughts, my beliefs, my patterns, my systems of being are unique expressions of a divine intelligence. We are all that. We are all unique representation of spirit in form, spirit in philosophy, and spirit in existence. So whatever it is that is showing up in our lives, it is for our highest and greatest good. It is spirit unfolding in the way that spirit wants to feel and show up through you, through your individualized experience and expression, through your love, your joy, your peace, your power, your beauty, your creativity. Right now we are having a new moment, a moment that has never been played out before. This beautiful sacred moment is a bright, shiny new thing. We get to unwrap it. We get to experience what we want to experience, how we want to experience it, by demonstrating our awareness of this new moment. When we step into who we are supposed to be, when we step into that seed of thought that is for our highest and greatest good, when we step into a conscious awareness of life and how it is showing up, how we are showing up for it. It's this beautiful dance we are doing, a springtime dance of resurgence, of renewing, of refreshing, of restoring. That's why it is so important to have the seasons of life. That's why nature has seasons, so that it can calm and cool and restore and refresh. You know, trees can't blossom all year long. They would have nothing left to give. So they need time to be in dormant. They need time to hibernate. They need time to restore. That's what Mother Earth is giving each of us right here and right now in this current experience of what is traveling through our awareness. I'm surrounded by bees right now. Bees are all around me, and I think it's the first week of April, and bees are out gathering their pollen, and they are sharing it with nature, making sure that everything around it receives what it needs. Bees are a beautiful gift, and the fact that I'm surrounded by them right now, talking about spring and talking about a unique representation, what a gift. I don't know if you can hear the bees. But what other Sunday experience inside a building would give the sound of bees, to give the presence of bees during this time? What a gift, what a gift. Albus Dumbledore, in the Harry Potter series, he said, "Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times, if only we remember to turn on the light." Beautiful beloved, you are the light. We just have to remember to turn ourselves on. We just have to remember that there's a switch within our magnificent mind that allows us to change our thinking and change our life. We just have to remember that we are a reflection and emanation of a divine infinite intelligence that pours itself into everything it is. There's only one substance of life existing right here, right now. Like Ernest Holmes said, it is not creating two things. It is only creating of itself. And we are in this beautiful, precious time of existence coming together in the awareness that we are the light. When we look for it in the reflection of another, when we see it in everything that we do and everything that we are that light that just is turning on the world right here and right now. You know, CSL, Centers for Spiritual Living, and CSL Redlands is trying to accomplish something great, to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence and create a world that works for everyone. And what if this beautiful new bright beginning that we are in right here and right now is doing just that? Awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence, allowing a new beginning, a fresh start, to ignite a new idea, to experience and express that world that works for everyone. When we open our hearts, when we open our minds, when we open our givingness and our receptivity, when we open ourselves to joy and laughter from across alleyways and the ends of driveways. Life is unfolding right here and right now. The sun always rises, and every day is a new beginning. Every day has the opportunity to step into a new idea, a new place of creativity, and a new place of love. A new place of forgiveness, a new place of releasing and letting go, surrendering that which does not serve, the highest and greatest expression of who and what we are, and who and what we are here to do and to accomplish together. I'm just so blessed to be in this experience, moving and flowing into the newness of life, to be open and receptive to whatever Spirit is calling forth in this time. 1 million seeds have been planted. Billions and trillions of mental prayer and intention and consciousness have been planted throughout the experience of time and space. And what if right here and right now, every single prayer ever spoken is answered, and it is replied to by an infinite intelligence that says yes. And this is what life looks like here and now. Every prayer answered right here, right now. Ecclesiastes, I don't know if I said that right, and that's okay. 3:11. He made everything beautiful in its time. He also set eternity in the human heart, yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. No one can fathom what God has created, what God has in store, what God has already experienced, and what God is going to continue to experience through and as each and every one of us as individualized expressions of itself. That eternal and sacred sun rising for each and every one of us onto new beginnings, into new days, and knowing fully and completely that the sun rises for me just as it rises for you. It warms me just as it warms you. It helps everything grow and live this beautiful, infinite, eternal sun. We don't have to, as it sets, we don't have to ask for it to return. We don't have to beg for it to return to us. It will rise again. And every morning is a beautiful reset button. We can do with this day anything we set our minds to, anything we want to accomplish. It might not look like we think it ought to, but there is a divine, infinite intelligence that is supporting each and every one of us in our new beginnings, in our ever experience of a brand new baby day, this beautiful baby moment that is a gift. And the infinite intelligence, which I call divine substance, infinite now, God, spirit, universal consciousness. It does its work in the universe no matter who you are, no matter where you are. The infinite universe, this beautiful, sacred gift of intelligence, divine substance, is lifting each and every one of us up. There is no place, no space, no moment, no breath where the divine is not emanating itself into all of its newness. It does not create two things the same. Each and every one of us is a gift into this life from divine source. We get to bring ourselves, our true, authentic selves, to this day. We get to interact with this new beginning and allow spirit to unfold in absolute perfection and harmony for that which is called forth in this moment. Life is unfolding for our highest and greatest good, or it would not be in front of us. It would not be experienced by us. We are the living embodiment of spirit, and this day is unfolding for our highest and greatest good. The universe has given itself. It has set eternity in the human heart. It has set eternity in the human heart. It has set the infinite outpouring of a drinkable well of knowledge, of creativity, of wisdom, of love, of joy, of laughter, of compassion, of kindness, of generosity, of dogs barking. Annie, come on, baby. This is a beautiful day that we are living into it fully, right here, right now. Isaiah 43:18. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. Right? Ernest Holmes says we live in the present moment. We live in this infinite moment right here, right now. We bring our awareness and our consciousness to the consciousness that supports all of life. Every sacred text is saying this. There is no separation. Every sacred text, every philosopher, every prophet, everyone in the expression and experience of life itself is giving itself from the wholeness of life. It is receiving from the same mind. You are receiving from the same mind, that infinite truth. You are receiving from the same mind that Christ consciousness was birthed. You are receiving from the same mind that Aristotle and Socrates thought infinite divine newness into life like never before. You are using the same creative spark that Michelangelo used to etch into marble and carve out life. You are using that same infinite intelligence to be exactly who you are called to be. That divine newness in you, that bright beginning is in you. In every thought, in everything you do, in everything you are, Spirit is unfolding for you, with you, and as you. You are the new beginning of this beautiful day. This beautiful life is unwrapping you into itself. How do we want to show up? How do we want to act and live in this new paradigm, in this new life? How do we want to show up for each other? How do we want to show up for our community? How do we want to show up for our neighbors and our friends? How do we want to show up for ourselves? Allowing this time and space and energy of refreshing and renewing, restoring. You know, I've exerted a lot of energy in this past year. I've exerted a lot of thought and energy and time and talent and treasure, and I know you have too. And right now, this week, I found rest and restoration in quarantine and isolation. My intention 2 weeks ago was only listen to Spirit's voice, to only listen to the divine intelligence. I was hearing a lot of voices that did not suit me. And so I turned them all off, and I just allowed Spirit to share with me what I needed to know. And it led me and guided me and moved through me with ease and with grace so that I could make a new decision. We're allowed to make new decisions. We're allowed to change our minds. We're allowed to be open to a new divine understanding of what is mine to do, what is yours to do. This is the perfect opportunity we have right now to plant the new seeds in this beautiful, fertile soil of spring, and to allow the warmth of a longer day and a hotter sun to just raise up itself within us as we remember that we are the light. We are the light in this day. We are the brightness in the new beginnings. We are everything we need to be right here, right now. Everything we need to be free, to be healthy, to be whole, to be creative, to be wise, to be loving and kind, to be generous. Everything you need is right here within you. You are perfect, whole, and complete, just as you are. Everything about you is divine. And so in that, let us join together, remembering that we are the light. Today's affirmation, join me in saying, I experience the freedom to be the voice of love I am called to be. I experience the freedom to be the voice of love I am called to be. I love you. I bless you. Have a beautiful, wonderful day wherever you are divinely supported by the infinite chair of life itself. Thank you for being here, and thank you for sharing your light in this world.
And so now is our time of gratitude and contribution. So what are you grateful for today? What are you doing in your life to express that gratitude? For me, I am so grateful to be here with my kids in Winnipeg and with my grand dog and grand cat. You may see my little grand dog running through the frame now and again. He's been out here with me the whole time. And so what I am also grateful for is for the ability to be here with you and to be able to continue to be a part of this community and continue to be a part of offering this service, even though I'm here in Winnipeg and some of y'all are there in California and some of you are joining us from all over the place. I would love to know where you're coming from, so if you haven't already posted in the comments, please do so now. I want to know what it is or where that you are coming from, where you're seeing us from, and also let us know what you're grateful for today, and we can enter into a conversation about that. So as we move into our time of contribution, I just want to talk a little bit about contributing to the Center for Spiritual Living Redlands. This is a community that does really great work in the world. And if you're a member of this community, you already know that. You know that we are a force for good and that we are a deeply loving community. And we want to make sure that this community continues to thrive, even through all the changes. We want to make sure that this community is able to continue to thrive in such a way that we have a fantastic basis to come back to when all of this newness is done, when all of this change is done and we've moved through to the other side of it. So what I encourage you to do is to contribute and continue to contribute just as you always have, and even a little more if you can, just so that we can make sure that we are maintaining what we have right now, because so much of our revenue sources generally come from from services, in-person services that we offer. And so not having those, we are just trying to make sure that we continue to have the support of the community in such a way that we can move forward in a powerful, powerful way and be able to serve the community again. And with that, let's do our gratitude affirmation together and just consider whatever your contribution may be. And to do that, these days you're probably going to either need to mail us a check to the Center for Spiritual Living Redlands, and we will post in the comments what the address is for that. Or you could go to our website, cslredlands.org, and put in a donation through our PayPal. And that's a beautiful way to be able to contribute as well. So however you choose to do that, consider your contribution just in mind right now, and consider your contribution to life in mind right now. What are you giving into the world right now? And what I invite you to do is put your hand over your heart and just say the words of our gratitude affirmation with me. So I will say a line, and then you can repeat that line. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift, my gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world. And it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. Thank you so much for being a part of this community in whatever way you are. Know that you are loved and you are welcomed and you are celebrated in whatever it is that you bring to this world. And we know that you bring some brilliance because you are the brilliance of spirit right here and now. And so as we allow this contribution time to flow out and do good in the world, I just want to do a quick abundance treatment with you so that we can all experience the goodness and prosperity and abundance of life. So just join with me, if you will, in knowing that this time is a time of spirit. There is only one time, there is only one place, there is only one mind, and that is the mind of God that is present right here and now within me, within my entire experience, and within each person that joins us today. And as I know that this is the truth, I know that all of the abundance of life is present right here and now for me and for each person. I know that we are each in every single way supported by Spirit in beautiful and sacred and delightful ways. And I know that this is also true for this community of the Center for Spiritual Living Redlands, that we are as a community supported in beautiful and magnificent and magical ways by this infinite life that is always, always, always giving, that is always, always giving its grace to each one of us, to this community, to life itself. And so I give such grateful thanks for this time that we've spent together. I give such grateful thanks for this contribution, and I bless it knowing that it goes to do very good work in the world. And so I bless each one of us, I bless our lives, I bless our experience, I bless this community, and I know that all good is here present right now. And I give great thanks for this and release it back to that infinite law of mind that always responds according to my conviction. And so with conviction, I simply let this go and let it be so. And we affirm this together by saying, and so it is. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful, delightful day. I'm so grateful to be here with you. I'm so grateful that you are here with me. Have a lovely rest of the service and a lovely rest of your day, and know that there is a Zoom room that is set up for all of us to come together afterwards and have some connection time face to face where we get to look in each other's eyes and see each other's smiles. And so I just want to invite you to come and join us for that, because we are still community, and we are even greater community because we are now international community. So let us celebrate that, and I will see you in a little while in that Zoom room. Have a blessed day, everyone.